Hey YouTube, we're back. We're back in black. Anyway, you want to do this? I believe we are. We shall be. Harbor District. Takes perseverance to walk the path of the noodle. Not going to let a pilly bit of rain dampen my spirits. Yeah, but I won't get into the noodles if you're not careful. Got some heavenly noodles. As you can see, I already got a million mirror. So we need high speed mode. What does an individual raindrop look like? Maybe I can make one out if I squint hard. Lupinus River. This has been my go-to spot all year. Hopefully fish on harbor grudges. Oh! We can fish now? Cool. Do the Viking rod. We'll put a carp out there. Queen crab. Cool. So we can actually fish. Yeah, which just reminds me. Need to head on up and see if where is the kitty? Okay. Roof? You're not immune to the rain. Rainy days like. Oh, it's like. Hope you don't mind watching. Or the building to pass the time. Oof. So now, there's something up in the up at the cathedral that we could go check out. Apparently Silly's up there. In the back here. Is that you, Silly? You're kind of a long way from the theater. Oh, hey guys, it's you guys. What brings you here, if I may? What brings you here, if I may ask? Found her walking around the cemetery without no bra. invited her into the cabin and fixed up a cup of hot cocoa. Thanks for giving me a place to wait the rain out, old man. And for the cocoa, too. It's really warmed me up. Oh ho! Glad to hear it. But why come to the cemetery in the first place? Actually, I came to pray at the cathedral. I guess I lost my nerve. It's a beautiful cathedral back home, too, in Northumbria. Do you say Northumbria? That's the autonomous state in the northwestern corner of Zemuria. So, when you mentioned living in a dump for most of your life, yeah, that's where I grew up. I see. I heard that Northumbria isn't exactly the most hospitable place for a number of reasons. Oh, what it is, Gehenna on Earth. It's the kind of place where everyone's in a desperate struggle to survive from one day to the next. And the person you can truly fend for was yourself. Caring for others was a luxury most couldn't afford. It's just me, but that's the thing about the city that I can't wrap my head around. Sure, it's got its share of dirtbags. There's people like Ilya. They took a chance on letting me into the troop. And this old man who went out of his way to help some kid he'd never met. Since coming here, I've been given the opportunity to train as a performer. They're planning to have you join everyone else on stage. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, I guess so. But even now, still have second thoughts. Never even considered someone like me having a future in theater before. It just didn't seem possible. Sully. It's fine now. I get there's no point in dwelling on that kind of stuff. Besides, you guys are even weirder than me. I mean, look at you. Sticking around to hear me grab like it's your idiot's given destiny to help people out. Do you think so? Well, we haven't had much of a chance. Well, we don't have much of a defense against that. Even among the rest of the police, the SSS doesn't exactly fit the mold. Yeah. No matter what anyone says, our leader is definitely the weirdest one. That's rich coming from you, Ozzy. Anyway, hey, running us into you was meant to be. Just know that if you're ever in trouble, you can always come talk to us, okay? Ho ho! And welcome here anytime you want. Too, little miss. I'm sure to have some snacks on hand next time. Yeah, thanks. Yep, that's where you get... Now, it is time to go to the East Street. Or go downtown and talk to Ashley. Let's see what we got. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Why don't we cows belong to that trio. They deserve a ride like this. Let's go to the IBC. Yeah, let's head to the counter and ask about Chief Robert's request. We should be able to hear the details after speaking with Lon Fay. Look it is. Mayor Croy. Maria Bell, too. Are you working at the IBC today? That's right. I have a lot of bag business piling up that I couldn't put off any longer. Thankfully, Bell was here to meet Leon, and we knocked it out in no time. Hello there, everyone. Feels like ages since I've last seen you all. How have you been, Ellie? I've been well. SSS resumed activities yesterday, in fact. Let me have a good look at you. Whoa. Oh, please. You're on tip-top shape. So soft, so warm, supple yet muscular to the touch. Ooh, yeah, I could just eat you up. Enough! We're going to give everyone the wrong idea, Belle. By the way, Lloyd, I haven't tried anything uncouth with my dear sweet Ellie, have you? No, who do you think I am? A dangerous man, that's what. Don't think for a second that I'll be taking my eyes off you, Lloyd Bennings. You know what'll happen if I catch one of you studying Ellie's innocence, don't you? Oh. That's not how to catch the lady's eye, Lloyd. Or death glare in this case. Honestly, Belle. Come now, Belle. Is that any way to speak to your peers? Take it easy on the poor fellow. Just so good to see you again, ladies and gentlemen of the Special Support Section. Above all, it gladdens me that Noel and Wazzy are fitting right in as your newest members. Allow me to take the opportunity to congratulate the SSS in officially returning to active duty. That's kind of you to say. You have my gratitude once again for that letter of recommendation. Thank you very much for the orbital car as well. Getting an honor to sit behind her wheels a dream come true. Haha, good to hear it. I do hope that it proves useful to your work. Moments like these make becoming the new mayor all worth it. It's rather a stressful balancing time between my mayoral duties and being CEO of the IBC. You have no one to blame for that but yourself, Father. You have a horrible habit of accepting work when you're already drowning and leaving me the job of fishing you out. I'm sorry, Belle, but when Crossbell's welfare is on the line, I just can't bring myself to go any less than full speed. I don't deny I sometimes bite off more than I can chew, but I'd like to think that I have a tendency to go above and beyond. Grandfather has always admired that about you, Uncle. I heard him speak of how direly Crossbell needs young, forward-thinking politicians like yourself. That's high praise coming from someone as seasoned as McDowell. However, I'm still only a novice in the political arena. There's much for me to learn, especially from someone like him. Ah, yes, Father. Is it nearly time for your meeting at City Hall? Oh, I almost forgot. Please excuse us, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. Duty calls. No problem. Sorry for stopping you like this when you were so busy. No, not at all. It was good catching up with all of you. If you ever run into trouble at work, don't forget, my doors are always open to the SSS. For you, I promise I'll do everything in my power to help. We appreciate it. Please take care of you two. Oh, Ellie, you're always so sweet. Bye for now, members of the SSS. Until next time. Seem as busy as ever. Must be putting all their attention to that trade conference at the end of the month. At this point, our success with their schedules are planned out to the minute. Well, clearly, Orbital donations aren't the extent of how far they're willing to go out of their way for us. Yes, the SSS is in their debt. Anyway, let's not forget why we're here. Chief Roberts' request is waiting for us. Right, off to the reception desk. Okay. So first up... because I believe you're going to be doing a mini game, and the results of that mini game will determine DP. Way to save. Good day, Lanfei. Hello again, Miss McDowell, Special Support Section. What brings you all here today? You're requested by Chief Roberts of the Epstein Foundation. Ah, I see. I can certainly help you there. Please wait just a moment. This shouldn't take long. Hello there, SSS. See you again, Chief Roberts. I hear about my request, right? This is a huge help. I really wanted to make sure you get you in particular for this job. Well, it seems fun enough to pique our interest. Read something about user acceptance testing on a new product? I believe it's called Palm Party? That sounds familiar somehow. Yeah, I think Tio's mentioned it once or twice. Haha, well, you're going to get a kick out of it, believe you me. So can you get started right away? Yeah, we're good to go. You mind giving us more details about what exactly we'll be doing? I'd love to. Long and short of it is, we plan to release a fun little Orbital game called Pom Pom Party. It's a program that Orbital terminal users can play with one another via the Orbital network. An Orbital game? How's it any different from, say, a game like Millions or Pokemon? Well, it's similar in that you compete for victory. There are rules to be followed. However, there's one major difference. This is a game played not on a physical service, but on a terminal screen. Wow, technology's really making strides. So when you asked us to assist with testing, what you meant was playing a game? Exactly. I want you to play Test Palm Party. Errors also occurred during the development cycle, so quality assurance is critical. This is such an important step. I have someone from the Foundation take care of it. Good question. Normally, we would be asking Tio to help with this, but that presents a certain problem. Actually, two problems to be more specific. Problems major enough to need me to seek help outside the Foundation. And what would those be? Well, first off, Tio's habit of activating her Eon system from time to time while testing the game. Consequently, whatever data we receive for her will always end up skewed. Eon system? Well, it has something to do with that gear that Tio wears for work. I've heard her give a brief explanation before. If I remember correct, it's what she uses when operating orbital terminals and staves. At least I think, anyway. I suppose this is a good opportunity to explain things from the top. The AN system is the name of the program built into Tio's chest protector. It supports low latency arts activation from orbital staves. It even enhances our high-speed data processing abilities. You can think of those two features as the AN system's primary functions. But it bears nothing like mastering such a complicated system takes considerable aptitude. Right, I can't imagine. I have to admit, it's hard to parse these kinds of subjects without her here to elaborate. So, what you're saying is, system of hers runs counter to testing procedures. Well, anyway. When Tia uses the AN system, she can form chains that no average player could. She tends to wipe the floor with whoever she's playing. Known as the usual victim, he's never won a single game. But I'm not saying Tia's cheating or anything. Please, don't tell her I said that. Sure. So, that's one reason. That's the other reason. Good question. The other has to do with the fact that this game is what we would call competitive multiplayer. Like I said before, it's designed for users to play with each other remotely across the orbital net. With that in mind, I feel it would be best to conduct a practical test with a smaller scope, such as within the city. I think I understand what you're getting at. I have to say, playing the same game with someone several districts away sounds incredible. Haha, does it? Believe it or not, projects like this have been in the works since the early days of the Orbital Network project. Once the net becomes more widespread, even more people will be able to enjoy the game. For example, you can play with your friends on a rainy day like this without ever leaving your home. Games on the Orbital Network, what a time to be alive. I may have rambled a bit there, but I think that's the gist of it. Alright, time for a present from me to you. Is this a memory quartz? It sure is. The memory quartz has Palm Party's applications data stored. Put it into your terminal at the SSS building, and once installation is complete, you can play right away. Installation. That's when you configure program data to operate on a computer, correct? I've seen Tio perform installations before, so I think I can manage. Perfect. I'll let you handle it, Ellie. You're already ahead of the curve. Very encouraging. I should give you these too, my Enigma number and Palm Party account ID. Account ID? Not the only one who's starting to get a little more. Basically, it's just a name you use on the Orbital network. Sort of required to play the game. You don't have to think about it too much beyond that. So no need to worry for you. Just input into the program once you've installed the Palm Party beta. After that, call me on your Enigma and I'll tell you what to do next. That's all. Think you can handle it? I think so. We'll manage. Got all that, guys? Let's head back to the SSS building and get started. Lead the way! Okay, so I actually didn't need to save right there. However, I will need to save right here. I'll overwrite that data because that data was for the sake of for this. According to Chief Roberts, all you have to do is install his memory quartz into the terminal. Would you do the honors, Ellie? I'd be happy to. Okay. How'd you do it? Also inputted the account information Chief Roberts provided us. Well, aren't you a regular tech whiz? You're that surprised? There's nothing Ellie can handle. But a lot of people our age know half of as much about law as politics as her either. To be fair, I only know what to do because I've seen Tia work on the terminal before. I also read through the instruction manual. Everything seems easy enough to parse. Still, we really appreciate it. I mean, I only just learned how to use a keyboard at all. You're very welcome. Well, then, shall I contact Chief Roberts? Yeah, let's do that. Hello there, Lord. Figured the installation went off without a hitch. Yeah, everything turned out okay. What do we do next? Well, what else? Let's give it a shot and play around together. Go ahead and boot up Palm Party from your terminal. My account name should display on your screen. Selecting it will challenge me to a match. Oh, and while we're at it, why don't we have you throw down the gauntlet, Mr. Success Leader? Oh, sure, why not? Controls are all yours, Lord. Hi. You're in the developer's den now. Fancy you can beat me on my own game? You might think yourself a man worthy of dear sweet Tio, but I'll be the judge of that, Lloyd Burnings. His ulterior motive here is about as transparent as glass. Overprotective dad versus overprotective dad. It's a match of the century. Tell me this is why you request the SSS in the first place. Haha. No. Not at all. This is all in good fun. I just thought I'd add a bit of dramatic flair is all. Okay, let the game begin. Okay. Okay, it's basically just a matching game. And I won! Yes, I pulled out a win. It was actually pretty fun. You looked like you were really getting into it. This is just my impression from watching over your shoulder, but just me or is Chief Robert's kind of bad at this. Considering he's on the same level as a total beginner, despite developing the game, I'd say he's pretty pathetic. Well, he's probably going easy on me, right? After all, it wouldn't be much of a test if the two players weren't similarly skilled. There's a sports section. This is... Wow, what a match. It's going to be one for the history books. My heart's still racing. There goes that theory. It's definitely giving it his all. So, how are the test results? Absolutely perfect. The connection within the city had no latency. The signal was stable. I would say that it was a rousing success. Really now, glad to hear it. Remember, you only have the beta version. It'll update it to the full release eventually. Once that happens, you'll be able to face off against far more opponents than just myself. Really appreciate it if you played with many people as you could after that. Don't think I'd take this lying down. I'll get my revenge on you one day. I hope you'll go easy on me. Anyway, thanks again for your help today. I'm sure we'll have other jobs to get to, so I'll let you go now. You're welcome. Please contact us if you ever need our help. Will do. Bye for now, everyone. Phew. I'd say that went well. Good job, Lloyd. Certainly is a request befitting Chief Roberts. You're telling me. Seems like we can play that game whenever we want now. You have what it takes to become Crossbell's next Palm Master, Lloyd? I have a strong hunch Pio's going to hang on to that title. Still, it might be fun to get some practice in while I'm taking a break from work. Yeah, that does sound fun. Okay. Well, might as well report. Fasten the injuries. Beta testers. I'll make sure your bonus list gets transferred to you immediately. Thank you, and please keep up the good work. Let's see what. Blunder my umbrella. Yes, let's go to West Street. Hey, Oscar, I see that you need some help from the SSS. There you are, Lloyd. I was wondering when you'd show up. Sorry to keep you waiting. Would you mind giving us more details on yours? Well, technically, it's not so much my request as it's little Momo's over there. You know, Tally's daughter. It's been raining all day, so she brought her umbrella along to run some errands. And well... Where'd my pink umbrella go? It was really, really special to me, too. And there you have it. That back explains. We already searched the bakery in its immediate surrounding? Of course we did. Oscar and I looked everywhere. That's how we came across this. Wait a second. Is that now Momo's umbrella? That's what I assumed at first, but look here. It says Mei-Ling. Now I get it. Someone grabbed the wrong umbrella and took it with them by mistake. Yeah, I had the exact same thought. Fewer people come shopping on rainy days, so it's easy to remember who's been in the bakery. This Mei-Ling doesn't ring any bells. I called the SSS, so I was hoping you guys could find a Mei-Ling and trade her umbrellas for Momo's. Think you can help her out? Absolutely. We're on the case. Track that umbrella down before you know it. Awesome. I knew I could count on you, Lloyd. First, we need a clue about how this Mei-Ling... You have any ideas, Lloyd? possible you guys have met her once before? If we at least knew what part of the city she was from, that would help narrow things down. Well, definitely recognize the name, but the question is from where? I think Mei Ling lives. Fourth one. On East Street. She's the little girl we always seen standing outside, right? If I remember correctly, she's also the granddaughter of Chairman Moores, of the Business Owners Association. You're right. We have spoken to her several times before. Come to think of it. She has an older brother named Roy as well. I don't suppose they came shopping here together. Oh, actually, yeah. I do remember a pair of siblings swinging by a bit ago. They were Chairman Moore's grandkids, huh? Guess I should have recognized them. Well, now that we've solved that mystery, you guys should take Mei Ling's umbrella with you. Here you are. Just exchange that one for Momo's when you find her. Best of luck out there, Lloyd. You'll find it for me, right, mister? Of course, Momo. We'll be back with your umbrella in no time. I paid Chairman Moores a visit. You should know where Mei Ling is. Right, his house is at the end of East Street. Let's head over and see what we can find. Blunder my umbrella. There is a chest. Ah, it's back there. Blunder my umbrella. Going to East Street. Leave this. Oh, Lord. What brings you here? Can I help you with something? Hello, Chairman Morse. Odd question, but is Mei Ling home by any chance? I could have sworn she just got back. I suppose she must have already run off again. Sorry, Lord, you may have better luck asking Parla. Hello, Miss Parla. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting visitors on a regular day like this. Sorry about that. There's something we wanted to ask you. Do you recognize this? Oh, I most certainly do. That belongs to our little Mei Ling, doesn't it? Are you here to return it? Oh, come to think of it, could have sworn she had her umbrella when she came home from the bakery. Well, about that. Oh dear, so that's what this is all about. I hope poor little Momo is all right. Do you happen to know where your granddaughter is right now, ma'am? She doesn't seem to be around. She and her brother Roy are out for a walk right now, which means she has Momo's umbrella with her. Unfortunately, I didn't think to ask where they were heading. I'm terribly sorry about that. Sounds like we just missed her then. We've gone very far in this round. They're not on A Street, then Central Square. Downtown District and the Arbor District are likely candidates. Yes, that sounds about right. Keep an eye out for Roy's green umbrella or Mei Ling's pink one. Or Momo's, I guess. Pink and green? Good taste. Should be easy enough for us to pick out. Right. Let's begin our search. Thank you for all your help. Oh, not at all, dear. You're always welcome to visit. Sounds like they're getting ready for Christmas. Green and pink. Green and pink. Yes. I wanted to go north. Man, where are you, Mei Ling? Excuse us, would you happen to be Roy? Yeah, that's me. Can I help you? It's a Crossbow Police Special Sports Section. Oh, jeez, I had no idea. I must have taken it by mistake, and now, not realized. It looks so similar, you know? Sorry about that. I guess we should manage them as soon as we can. Speaking of, where is Mei-Ling right now? Are the two of you taking a walk? We were, but she's kind of strong-armed me into a game of hide-and-seek. I told her it was a bad idea since it was raining, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. Well, yeah, I kind of lost her. She's a pro at hiding. I can't see for crap, so I really can't say how long this will take. That's unfortunate. In that case, how about we help you find her? For real? That'd be awesome. Not sure where she at, and I don't think she would leave the harbor district. Not sure went into any buildings either. I wasn't going to be easy, but I appreciate you guys lending a hand. Not at all. We're always up for a challenge. Let the Mei-Ling hunt begin. Okay. I said the May. Yep. Ah. Of course. There are her pink umbrellas. Well, what do we have here? Gotcha. Yep, you found me. Wait, you're not my big brother. Who are you? Professional Mei-Ling finders. Well put. I'll go get Roy. That's why we're looking for. Oh, so I made a whoopsie then. Didn't mean to take the wrong umbrella. That's alright, Mei-Ling. Just return it and they'll make sure to get us back to his rifle. Okay, so here you go. Alright, then let's try. Ling took the correct umbrella and returns Momo's. Thank you, Mei-Ling. Uh-huh. Someday I'll say sorry to Momo myself. Huh. Well, aren't you a mature one? Yeah, she really is, huh? If I was more like Mei-Ling, I'd probably be working a second job. Or at least one. Or a first one, for that matter. Anyway, thanks for the help, you two. Be sure to return Momo's umbrella. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Hey, Lloyd. How'd things go? Great. Mission complete. Here you go, Momo. This is my umbrella. The one my dad bought just for me. Thank you. You're my hero. You're my heroes. You're very welcome. We're just glad we could help. It's another case closed then. Thanks for the help, gang. Knew we could count on you. Make sure to put another request in the next time we need help. Anytime. That's just what we're here for, after all. Catch you later, Oscar. Okay. Okay, so now it's time for me to go. To the back alley. Grande bar. Hello, and glad to see you made it. Sorry to drag you out this way. Now we're here all. It's time to begin the meeting. First, we have to fill you in all of the details, Lloyd. Truth is, our guild branch has been on hiatus these past few months. Think of it as a self-imposed suspension. Suspension? Yes, it's because the man behind that horrible incident, Joachim, was one of our members. What's just settled? We all decided to take some time off to re-examine ourselves. Our actions were his own. Shouldn't feel responsible for them. Sure, we weren't directly involved in the incident, and certainly didn't do anything criminal. But Joachim was still one of our own, a guild brother. And yet, once we did see any signs of the sinister plan plotting beneath the surface, all honesty, we owe a heavy debt to a society for failing to notice. Certain. Well, let's set that aside for now. About a week ago, I received a notice from the real estate agency that manages our building. Perhaps it was because of our hiatus, but they claimed the property was abandoned and declared our contract null and void. It informed us that they signed a new contract with the Imperial Fishing Club. We tried getting in contact with the Imperial Fishing Club ourselves, but it didn't go well. And then we dropped by the branch today, and their representative was there acting like he owned the place. I mean, sure, that's what the contract says. We didn't learn the truth about it until today. The rest you already know, Lloyd. This is a little more complicated than I was expecting. I think I understand the situation. Yes. The building has been usurped by the Imperial Fishing Club, headed by the heir of the Lakeland Company himself. As a fellow angler, I take no issue with them wanting to expand their horizons, but not at our expense, and especially not through the use of coercion. I don't understand why they hate us so much in the first place. It's harassment. It's harassment, plain and simple. Still, what do we even do about it? Other than bide our time, nothing for now. Still, we can't just sit back and let this spell the end of the Fisherman's Guild's crossbow branch. So while it was shorter than I would have liked, we have no other choice but to end our hiatus. In that case, the crossbow branch of the Fisherman's Guild is officially back in business. Nice. I've been waiting for this. However, all members will be starting out at the amateur fisher. I'm not going to have to suspend the rank certification exam. Huh? Wait, hold on a second. Can't be serious, can you? I mean, I'm a master fisher. Not anymore, you aren't. Kicking things off with a clean slate, no exceptions. All that hard work. Oh no. It's not so bad, Coven. You'll move up the ranks in no time once the exam returns. Easy for you to say you sold out on the hobbyist fisher rank. Okay, let's set it down, Coven. I know how it feels now. I worked myself all the way up to be Crossbell's divine angler. Make up for it, I'll supply you all with some new fishing gear. Here, boys, take these. Fish job back on the menu, boys! Here's a little bonus for you, Lord, since you're our divine angler. Wow, thanks, Certain. Alright, I'll just leave you guys to it. For me, I'm gonna need to work on finding us a new office. Again, sir, we can share any updates we have, especially if they're about what the Imperial Fishing Club says. Yeah, got it. Well, that took a while, but we finally got to the bottom of what's happening at the old Fisherman Club's building. Yeah, we've done all we can to this end. Anyway, I think it just about wraps up the investigation. Let's return to the Civic Center and give our report. Okay. See, now we can We got all of Lotus Heights. Apparently, according to the guide, there's something downtown in Lotus Heights. So I'm gonna check that out. Check it out! Just to make sure. Why are you still here? I gave you what you came for, didn't I? If you don't need anything else, then be gone already. Are you sure to submit that change of residence? Notice before the end of the day. Sorry to put your kids through all this trouble. Don't mean to tell you how to do your job, but would you mind leaving Gable alone for now? The man's been through a lot. He needs some time to adjust. My daddy works at a construction site every single day. Sometimes I keep him the whole time too. But not like, just like today. Guess that means he's gonna be coming home late again. My husband is a construction worker. He's been helping out with that Orcus Tower project. Everyone's been talking about it these past few months. Anyway, the interior is already complete. The outside still needs a few finishing touches. I'm looking forward to when it's finally completed. Doors from the shop. A voice can be heard. Man, where the hell are you, little man? You know I get pissy without my booze. Nope. Well, I guess we don't have to go to Lotus Heights again. Oh, I get pissy without my booze. Yeah. Hello, everyone. How does your investigation of those suspicious addresses? It's all finished, actually. Here to give you our report. Oh my, you all did a wonderful job. Interesting. 3 Galvadians moved into the residential district, while a group of Erebonians moved on to East Street. And the downtown district, what's this? Something wrong? No, not at all. I just wasn't expecting to see Mr. Gable's name. Yeah. I have mixed feelings about it, given how often I used to see him in his building before he fell out of favor. It's strange, despite his corruption and everything that's happened with the Imperial faction. I just can't bring myself to hate him. And I know exactly how you feel. He seems like a more straightforward person than most, at least. For better or for worse. If only the man were half as wholesome as his taste in literature. Maybe then he'd be a better knight. I suppose I can't disagree. In any case, I believe this wraps out your investigation, Mrs. S. Next step is for residential affairs to file the paperwork and sort everything out. Thank you for all your help today. You're welcome. Please let us know if there's anything else we can assist with. Okay. Hello, Lloyd Bannings of the Special Support Section, CP. Hey, Lloyd. Having fun toughing it out in the rain? Oh, hi, Fran. What's up? Do you have an urgent request? Well, sorta. Remember Mayor Bixon from Maine's, right? Yeah, of course. Something happened over there? Yep. You report they're having monster trouble inside. Well, they're mines again. More specifically, it's the old deserted one just outside of town. Monsters in his mine. Is that really all that's changed? No, and none of the miners have been attacked or anything like that. The mayor said he had something unusual happening inside the tunnels. He'd like it if the SSS could come and investigate it as a precaution. Something unusual. I wonder what it could be. Okay, we're done with every other urgent request we have on our plate. Let's get to Maine's as soon as we can. Sounds good. Oh, and one more thing. You also received a support request for a wanted monster on the Maine's mountain path. Should deal with that while on your way to the village if you can. Got it. All sounds like the weather's nice and clear in the northwest of the city, so it should be raining on the mountain path. Feel free to drive your car there if you want. Oh, really? Good to know. Thanks, friend. Contacted us again if something new comes up. You betcha. Talk to you guys later. Friend need from us. Something happened near Vance? Yeah, the mayor contacted the CPD about something usually happening in one of the old mines. Done with our support request inside the city, so let's make our way over once we're ready. Oh, and the weather is apparently clear in that direction. You can take the car if we want. Aye, aye, leader. Swing by the back entrance of the SSS building if we end up going to Maine's by car. Okay. Okay. Let's customize this. Ow. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's actually go and grab some of the easy parts and oh, man, she's gained a newfound respect for Minty. I think used to be there every time I see him. There's not even a trace of that anymore. It's almost like he admires how beautiful a job she did. It was totally weirded out by it, but she grew to accept it over time. Fernand actually picked up studying organs. Who could have guessed? I think it's because he started off as a designer. Maybe a hunger for learning comes with the territory. Ah, looks like we can't get those yet. But I know of one. Car. The car. Sky paintwork. Okay. That's an easy one. My mind starts to wander when I pass the time by myself. For instance, I've been ruminating over that purple-haired girl who saved Colin earlier this year. Are we truly destined to never meet? I wouldn't even know where to begin finding her. Simply hope I can't let go of it. If I ever get the chance, I would love nothing more than to offer that girl my gratitude in person. And she's long since returned to the Liberal. I'm sure she still has a lot of emotions to work through. I know she'll come back to one day, eventually. Okay. Red car. Right up to the crossroad. Just so we can... So we can grab that monster on the way. Weather on the mountain passes just as clear as we heard it. Yes, it's a sight for sore eyes after being poured on the city all day. Rain or shine, I'm just glad we chose to take the car to means. City streets, mountain paths. There's no terrain this girl can't tackle. You see, I've really outdid themselves this time. These puppies are going to be all over the roads once they're in the stores. By the way, see the road forks into another path here. What's over there? Ah, that way leads to Rosenberg's studio. A doll maker with some unique connections lives there. Come to think of it, wasn't one of his dolls was supposed to be up for bid at the auction before you? Well, you know. Yeah, it was. So I don't know who was responsible for what happened that night. It's no longer a crossbow, but maybe it wouldn't hurt to stop by the studio. Big feast. Oh, crap. It's on the mains mountain path. Wasn't in the mains tunnel, or... Oh. Could have been. Go down the road, it'll lead us to some ruins from the Middle Ages known as the Moonton. Right. That's where we went for the investigation. I asked you to accompany me, so... Oh, well, now I'm feeling left out. Let's not get distracted. Remember, Mayor Bixton is waiting for us to respond to them. We don't have the spare time to the mountain expedition. Good point. We can always come back to check on the place out later. This was not the first letter Jubilee had sent, but it was one that marked a year since their parting. His staff had intercepted them all over her father's orders. Not that it pleased Cyrilla to know they were coming. Alright. Okay. Page 1. You rummage around and see dozens of rejected chess messages where Azure was used as a pun on Azure. Okay. Continue up this way. Mains Mountain Bath. I turned the last guy who kept opening me into that EV charge you took earlier. So go ahead. Try me. True love, something out of fairy tales, yes. But Cyril's did always pang with longing while reading them. She was a romantic at heart, and there he sat, a key villain in one seemingly pendant life. Oh. Well. I'm going to go back down. Let's just ensure we got all of the... Oh! We do not have a Shining Palm yet. Let's go and grab that. Yeah, this is another big chest. I think. I guess this isn't a... The chest has a contact respawn rate of 0%. Something on the ground. Okay. It had certainly not been the wedding of their dreams, yet Cyril had held deep sympathy for the woman. Far from the moment he met her father, he had seen that he loved his daughter in ways that nobility loved fine jewelry. Alrighty. Explodey time for that monster. Fish fillet. Alrighty. Do you know chests are natural born boxes? It's no surprise. We're always squared up. Ah. There's my monster. Any reference to that other big Falcom series would be a great Easter egg. Craft. Okay, cool. Cool. So it ups the Oh, hey, it's a craft book. Looks like there's another useful combination attack to play. Yeah, I think Ellie and Noel would mesh well with this one. What do you mean, Noel? Care to try it out? I'd love to. Abyss worms are like the worst monsters to go about on your first playthrough because they're kind of a bitch. Thank goodness this wasn't like in the final dungeon. Then it would be a real pain. I'm gonna swap her out to some ornaments. Do juggler for her. Wing. Platinum. Okay. Let's see what. Okay. Might as well just grab the rest of these. Treasure chests. Oh. We can. When it comes to excellent places to fish, Maine's mountain path doesn't miss. Apple ruler. Got a gold salmon. That's pretty nice. See what deluxe dumplings we'll get. Just a regular old trout. Whoa. Was they leveled up? Alright, luminous glasses. Then he kissed her after her I do. Her lips made no effort to return. She shielded the cold scene from their blushing reception. by cupping her cheeks in her hand and tugging her tightened hair out of its mouth. Sounds like they got some sex action. Okay. I'll take the magic school bus. Up to there. And I'll take my bus. See what's up at this doll studio. I think there might even be some. Should be some treasure chests. Oh, there is one such treasure chest. What do I do? He moaned yet again, this time greatly massaging the hoods of his eyes, which again eased nothing. For he was aware he stood in the way between of true love between Genevieve and Jubilee. Savory Pinion. Just gonna see what's up here, because they were saying there's no use in persisting. Under no circumstances will I let you into my studio. That your head of the 13 factories here is irrelevant. You have no right to it. Yeah, have it your way then. I have no intention of stealing that which right belongs to number 15. Won't you at least hand over the data meister? Such is their will, after all. I don't need you telling me that. Like oil and water, you two. I'm surprised you bothered to come when he so obviously hates you, Professor. I have no idea what you're referring to. The master and I have a storied past, especially in regards to doll crafting. We always had a special teacher-student bond, haven't we? Enough with your nonsense. Art is considered obsolete compared to the work of the society. They already have your integration theory, so we assume I to them. How modest. When it comes to engineering archaisms, no one in the world surpasses you, Meister. How would you be so kind as to hand over this circuit they use to modify Potomato? Be a shame to see the Angel of Slaughter's potential go to waste. Damn fiend. Hello there. Oh, it would seem we have visitors. Kamanawa, you have no more business here, correct? Then leave, and take that unpleasant wretch along with you. As you wish. Come now, Professor. We should hurry along to our next stop. After all, there's so much to do before you can return to the lab. There always is. Here, I'll excuse myself from you now, Meister. Do make sure you give our newest little toys a proper inspection once they've been completed now. That's enough. Leave at once. Farewell for now. Just what are you gulping out? Excuse us. Well then, Master, our thanks for your cooperation back then. Has been some time, SSS. It is long since left for Liberal. What could you want with me? You're just in the air, so we decided to stop by. I apologize, we didn't know you had guests. Welcome ones attached. Pay them no mind. You have no particular business here, then we have nothing to speak of. You may visit me again when you have a reason to. I will at least hear what you have to say, not out of respect for rent. Oh. It closed by itself. Odd as it may seem, I assume it operates on some kind of mechanism. What surprised me, this place specializes in automated dolls that honestly divided me. That's it. Something about those guests didn't seem to sit right. Yes, he did say they were unwelcome. Can't put my finger on it, but something about them came off to me as suspicious. I guess. Sure, it's fine now. Don't seem to be dangerous. Oh, Noelle, you have a long way to go, girl. Need the shield sharp. Well, let's go back down to the bottom. Oh. Got an extra point. Well, let us go to mains. Remember this place? Sure you do. Where we're heading? Well, so this is Mainz. It's my first time coming out here. Well, I heard of it before. That's fair. Most people wouldn't go out of their way to visit Mainz just for fun. By the way, you're familiar with the area as well, right, Noah? Yeah, it's one of CGF's regular patrol routes. It's one of my first encounters with the SSS kind of center around the Mainz area, don't they? Haha, that's putting it lightly. Oh, I did. You helped us wrap up the Hound case here. We also investigated the Moon Temple together. That's right, we did. It's fun. I'd be fine forgetting about the second one. Now then, how shall we proceed, Lord? Should we speak with Mayor Vixen immediately? Yeah, let's make our way over. Mayor's house is inside the far down. We are going to go back because we might have slightly missed. Which hopefully didn't. We almost missed a. You're looking for the director. He's lost in conversation with the Mister. Sure, he'll realize his break is already over one of these days. I see. Certainly an interesting way to put it. Well, if it is an Lloyd company. Is this Uncle Miles? Oh, yes, I'd like you to meet Mr. Nielsen. He's an international journalist. Incredible renown. Nielsen, this is a special sports section everyone in the city's been going on about. Nice to meet you. My name's Lloyd Banks. Ah, so this is the SSS. And if you're annoyed, I'd make you its leader, right? Haha, you have a very clean, crisp voice, if you don't mind me saying. Oh, pardon my asking. Would you happen to be? Blind? That's correct. I lost my vision in an accident many years ago. There you are, Director. The break has been over for ages. My desk misses you. Whoopsie daisy. Seems like I got back too wrapped up in our conversation. You'll have to excuse me. Duty calls, as they say. Of course. Why don't we catch up and exchange notes again sometime soon? Sure thing. Drop by whenever you like. Looks like you're uploaded. Take care. Sure. What did he mean by? Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Nielsen, a freelance journalist. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Same here, nice to meet you. Listen, where have I heard that name? Truth be told, I've been greatly looking forward to meeting the special sports section. It's an honor. I'll be frank. I'd like to submit a support request, of course. Would you be willing to hear me out? Sure, how can we help? The thing is, I'm currently conducting an investigation into the cult incident from this past spring. However, there are still several elements of the case that remain unclear. So, who better to consult than the team that played a pivotal role in resolving that very crisis? Want to interview us about the cult incident? Sounds like you already know a thing or two about it. What should we do, Lloyd? Given the sensitive nature of the topic, I have to be very careful about what we are. You're right. But on the other hand, going through with this interview might help refresh our minds onto what actually happened. Well, if you insist, all right, we'll agree to an interview. However, say no more. I know there are things that I want in your position shouldn't reveal. You're free to decline as many questions as you wish. I also think it would be best to consider everything we've discussed today as strictly off the record. Got it. Thanks for your answer. One thing, though. Where should we hold it? I think doing it here could pose a problem. In that case, about the seating area upstairs. It's relatively secluded, and we'll know if anyone is nearby. I think that's a perfect spot. Sounds like a good idea to me. Let's head on over. Thank you for agreeing to this interview. First, let us begin by laying out the context behind the incident. It began with the DG cult, whose creed called for rejecting atheists in favor of worshipping devils. Over 10 years ago, they committed a series of child abductions all over the country. I'd like to review the manner in which those kidnappings were resolved 6 years ago. At the time, a large-scale operation was conducted to expose and exterminate the cult's lodges across the continent. Can you tell me the forces responsible for carrying out this operation? Yes, it was all of the above. A joint effort between multiple national militaries, police forces, and the Bracer Guild branches, right? Correct. Due to the scale of the abductions, the International Task Force was assembled to carry out this investigation. Precisely. And by leading that task force, the commander was Cassius Bright of the Bracer Guild, who... Can I interrupt for a moment? You say Cassius Bright. You mean the Brigadier General Bright? Commander of the Liberally Army? Precisely. He retired from active duty and spent around 10 years as a bracer. He only rejoined the army 2 years ago. He's quite the career trajectory. Maybe so, but there's something else that caught my attention. The name Bright. I'm considered to now, but could there be any relations? Yeah, I confirmed it while reviewing documents during my training with the 1st Division. Cassius Bright is still Bright's father. Joshua is his adopted son. I knew it. Not some coincidence. I thought there was something special about her during our little foot race. Did I know her? She was born to fame. So you know the daughter of Brigadier General Bright, do you? I'm well acquainted with her exploits through my work, but personally not so much. Kind of a long story, but we got to know her a little bit earlier this year. It's neither here nor there, though. My apologies for getting us off. Please continue. Very well, then. 6 years ago, the suppression operation was carried out. The commander of Cassius Bright of the Bracer Guild. That operation was believed to have I've taught as much as 90% of the cult's influence. Among the participants was a certain promising squad from the Crossbow Police, led by one Sergei Lu. The name Sergei Lu, who serves as section chief of the SSS today. He and his two subordinates carried the flag of the CPD for that operation. Said subordinates would be none other than R.S. McLean and Guy Bannings, the older brother of Lord Bannings. So you've done your homework. You know the connection between me and Guy. Even among the police, there's only a select few who have this much information. When you've done this for as long as I have, you develop a reliable network of sources. Guy Bannings himself used to be one of them, in fact. He was? Yes, Guy lent me his aid time and time again prior to his passing. But I digress. There's also another cross-bellion who played a role in the cult investigation. That'd be Ian Grimwood, a lawyer and civilian advisor. Even then, Mr. Grimwood was well known and respected for his expertise on civil rights. I'm told he even contributed to gathering intelligence on his abductees. I do recall him telling us about how he assisted with the investigation. So that's a role he played. I also heard that both the church and a mysterious organization made covert interventions down the line. Because of them, whatever influence the cult remained retained after the suppression. Church. Is that what followers Kevin was referred to at Altair Lodge? A serious organization is likely that society went like that. Both of them are sure to remain on the side, don't they? Nevertheless, the cult's activities should have concluded years ago. Yet several months ago, it became evident that the remains of the cult were still alive and well. I know you're all aware of who I'm referring to. Of course, Joachim Genter, one of his surviving members. And I crawled out of the woodwork. Precisely. He clearly had knowledge of the cult's inner workings well before the incident. In the end, however, did Joachim Genter serve as their leader? I believe, yes. No, he wasn't. He was a high priest within the cult. That's right, he said as much himself. Yeah, but he also seemed to have a knack for research. It sounded like he supervised a bunch of experiments. I guess what led to his familiarity with the cult's inner workings. A reasonable theory. His opposition would allow him to advance his research through the rituals they conducted around the continent. After he successfully evaded the suppression operation 6 years ago, he went into hiding. On learning of the former speaker Hartman's weakness for a facility called Paradise, he was able to take refuge in Crossbow. Finally, he perfected a drug bearing the name of the true wisdom, Gnosis. It's unclear with the specifics, but my understanding is he produced it to fulfill the cult's ambitions. That's right, the cult's ambitions. Said their goal was to make Kia into the true god. And he also claimed he could pursue things while under the influence of red Gnosis. In the end, we didn't get an opportunity to question him for all the details. As always, there are unanswered questions. I do believe we'd outlined most of the particulars behind the incident. So I'd like to finish by reflecting on the DG cult's origins. That'd be alright with you? Cult's origins? Yes, would you happen to know how long the cult dates back? Second choice. So, 500 years ago. Cult traces back to over 500 years ago. Crossbell's Middle Ages. And what makes you say that? Heard it from Joachim himself? He told us that a powerful alchemist used to run this land 500 years ago. According to him, the cult has been making use of their technology ever since. Of course, anything about their history prior to that is pretty unclear. I see. To think Joachim Gunter would willingly reveal so much. Yes, the alchemists once lived in these lands, the very same ones which built Stargazer's tower. It's amazing to think that their knowledge, which before was merely legend, would be corroborated in such a sinister way. It's certainly surprising. Yes, and on that note, do you suppose this means the little girl all you took in is also overflowed? Just how much do you know about the incident? My apologies, that Democracy is merely a ludicrous notion that arrived at by combining our respective pools of information. I swear by the goddess that I wouldn't print such a thing. So please be dangerous. Right. With that, I believe our interview has come to an end. Thank you so much for your cooperation today. This whole experience was very enlightening indeed. Now, it all was hell for us as well. I believe it's time for me to be heading to my next appointment. If you'll excuse me then, perhaps we can do this again in the future should the opportunity arise. A blind man sure walks with a spring twisted. Well, there's really something about him, isn't there? Yeah, he's full of surprises in more other ways than he did give his word about Kia, so let's hope we can trust him. Right. What's up, Billy? Finally hit me why the name sounded familiar. My name was that man just now was Marcel Nielsen, Crossbell and journalist who were on the Pulitzer Prize about 10 years ago. Yeah, even I've heard of the Pulitzer Prize. Yes, it's an international award given to the most outstanding journalist each year. Explains why he was so insightful. Well, if he's from Crossbell, does that mean? Yes, he once worked as a correspondent for the Crossbell News. He was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for his coverage of a war. The very same one that robbed him of his vision. Since then, he's continued covering news all over the continent as a freelancer for several publications. Mr. Nielsen is distinguished among even the best journalists. He's that talented. Really now? Who would have guessed we were being interviewed by a celebrity? Marcel Nielsen. Should speak with him again sometime if we get the chance. Oh, Lloyd, looks like you all done with your chat. Did you learn anything useful? Yeah, it's very interesting. By the way, Uncle Miles, how long have you known Mr. Nielsen? Well, he grew up in Crossbell just like you and me. We've been good friends since his days at the CNS. Heard Guy knew him pretty well back then, too. Yeah, he mentioned him. Seems similar to their relationship we have with. Again, I doubt Mr. Nielsen was as much of a handful for Guy. I do believe the correct pronunciation is Guy. Because these are kind of... This and the... are all kind of Frenchy. deserted mine outside town was once a major fixture of our community several decades ago. In its heyday, it yielded crystal after crystal of septium, and that great big ones at that. In fact, that mine contributed to the Empire and the Republic's constant squabbling over our land. My husband works in the mine, and between you and me, he's one of the highest earners too. Gotta get dinner ready before my handsome breadwinner returns home. Until the lure mine outside the village was open this morning for some reason. Tried to sneak it in, but Gans caught me almost instantly. Yeah, pretty mad about it too. Dang, I wanted to go exploring. Holy mother! Is there something I can do for you, my sweet Fräulein? Who is this guy? He's totally my type. I reckon he's just seen this around, was he? Just lays around work, avoid doing my job. Now I work a lot harder, which unfortunately leaves us time for other things, like reading. So you can have this book if you want. It's not like I'd get to it anytime soon. And with that, we got another. Oh! Yes, he's been so positive recently. It's a great change of pace from his usual grousing. He's just trying to make up for how much he worried all of us during that close incident. Oh, hey. You and I both see the book that's there. Our Freak Volume 1. You know, pet stuff on the ground. Charm and paintwork. Let's see if there's anything else. Yep. Alright. I mind for my wife, heave ho. I mind for maids, heave ho. Hey, it's another day of smashing rock walls. Wouldn't change it for the world. We could tear this old mine outside town, but we all simple miners can't do for it. Just keep digging. Major Bixon and Gens can handle it. The rest of us will stay focused on the task at hand here. Okay. Can buy another one of these. Now with that, we will save. And we will. Anchorville was a sizable city in the Republic of Calvern. Though smaller than the capital, it was still home to a respectable number of businesses. White streetscapes face the mountains encircling the city, while market and harbor districts face the river, creating a sweeping vista beyond. And in the corner of the market, Edwin pedaled hard on his bike, rushing down Sunset Street. The Eaton News Agency, a small local publication, lay just ahead. The newsroom was in a frenzy, as nearly half the staff were standing and shouting. Royce, a veteran reporter, vigorously tapped the back of his fingers against the draft, unaware of Edwin's arrival. The business editor, Clef, had a telephone to his ear, looking as if he hadn't slept all night. The copy editor, or rather editor-in-chief, Chang, and along with a stern expression. What Edwin could glean, there had been a delay covering a recent traffic accident. He kept to himself, slipping into his seat, and took out his trusty worn-out bag. Well, someone's in a good mood, despite being late. The voice of commotion came from Brandon, a middle-aged man with salt and pepper hair. He was the editor of the culture section. Upon seeing his supervisor, Ed wasted no time, shoving his draft into Brandon's face. Today's article is perfect! Please submit it to the editorial meeting for me. I better not be any spelling mistakes. This time, unless you're ready to get scolded again. Everything's going to go great today, I guarantee it. Only one of the officer's phones rang. A reporter named Carly asked while passing by, What? It's 5 a.m.? Yes. Carly waved him on through the air. Editorial department, which until then had been noisier than a train platform, fell silent. Setting down the phone, Carly turned her gaze to Chang. Mr. Chang, it seems one of our heart is dead. Someone clapped twice, shouting, I need all the political columnists to gather around ASAP. Right. Yelled the reporters raising. That guy, huh? Gonna be a big little story. Crowd murmurs amongst themselves as more than 10 staffers started. So the editor-in-chief said. Is this hard guy again? Seriously, he's a big shot around here. He's a famous intellectual. How do you not know him? This one's going to require a special feature. Muttered begrudgingly. Tell us that Edwin's back. Afternoon editorials meeting just canceled. Ed, you're going to be assisting on this story. Huh, but why? Don't mind me. I'm your editor, pal. Do as I say. Seeing Brandon scowl, Edwin leapt to his feet by instinct, suddenly overcome by a sharp sense of vertigo, as if the ground were shaking. Upon seeing the others in the room do the same, though, he realized that it actually was. The sound of steel folding in on itself shrieked through the office from outside the agency, followed by the grating roar of metal grinding against concrete. The cacophony ended with a crash. Through a trembling window, Edwin saw an overturned overbus billowing smoke into the sky. In a flash, he ran out of the newsroom as fast as he could, bag in hand. It wasn't his instincts as a reporter that made him move. The fact that he could have sworn it, he saw Agnes among the panicked crowd. And with that, I shall bid you guys